Are you someone who feels like being trapped in an endless loop of scrolling, feeling both entertained and guilty? Well, you're not alone. It starts with a quick check of your phone, but before you know it, hours have passed, and you're left wondering where the time went. You know you should be doing something more productive, but the allure of the next post, the next video keeps you hooked. Does that sound familiar? In today's digital age, mindless scrolling has become a universal habit. With social media platforms and smartphones constantly at our fingertips, it's all too easy to lose track of time and get sucked into an endless stream of content. We start with the intention of a quick break, but it turns into a marathon session of swiping and liking. Meanwhile, our to-do lists grow longer and our dreams of productivity fade into the background. I've been there and I know the struggle, but what if I told you there's a way to break this cycle? In this video, I'll share practical tips and strategies that helped me take control of my screen time, and they can help you too. So without any further ado, let's dive in and discover how to stop scrolling and start living more intentionally. The cycle of scrolling and motivation. When we scroll through our phones, we're essentially distracting ourselves from tasks we know we should be doing. It feels great in the moment, providing a quick escape and instant gratification. During these scrolling sessions, we often come across short motivational videos that urge us to be productive and emphasize the importance of hard work. These videos momentarily spark motivation, making us feel like we can finally start the routine we've always wanted. We envision achieving our goals and feel empowered to make them a reality. However, this newfound motivation is frequently short-lived. Soon, we are overwhelmed by the thought of all the other enjoyable activities we might miss out on by sticking to a strict routine. Doubts creep in about whether our hard work will pay off, leading us to abandon our plans. We choose immediate pleasure over uncertain future rewards, returning to scrolling and repeating the cycle. This pattern continues until we reach a breaking point, fed up with our scrolling addiction and eager for change. Personal struggles with scrolling addiction. I can relate to this struggle personally. For too long, my life spiraled out of control because I couldn't put my phone down. Even when I resolved to stop scrolling, my brain would conjure up excuses to pick it back up, creating a vicious cycle that repeated not daily but hourly. This constant battle left my mind dazed and confused, making it difficult to focus on anything meaningful. The first step to overcoming scrolling addiction is acknowledging its negative impact on our lives. These constant dopamine hits from scrolling damage our attention spans. The majority of people can't even watch a TikTok video without some other form of stimulation in the background, highlighting how absurd our dependency has become. But this also means that it's never been easier to succeed. If you genuinely listen to the strategies I'm about to share and apply them to your life, you will be ahead of most people. To fix the scrolling habit, it's crucial to understand why we do it. For many, scrolling serves as an escape from work or other responsibilities. It's a way to procrastinate and avoid tasks that seem daunting or unappealing. Reflecting on my own experience, I realized that my excessive scrolling was a form of escapism. I was avoiding work and seeking the quick dopamine hits that scrolling provided, which were far more immediate and satisfying than the delayed rewards of hard work. Start and end your day right. One of the best decisions I've made for my mental health is to avoid social media in the first few hours after waking up and before going to sleep. It's amazing how this small change can make a huge difference. Here's why and how you can do it too. When we wake up, our minds are fresh. Checking social media first thing in the morning can overwhelm us with information and distractions. It's like starting your day with a heavy weight on your shoulders. Instead, take those first few hours to focus on yourself and your goals. For me, the key was recognizing the pattern. I didn't even realize I had built a routine. I would wake up, reach for my phone, and start scrolling. It became a habit, a loop I couldn't break. But once I noticed it, I decided to change. Here's what I did. Instead of checking my phone, I began my day with simple activities. I'd make a cup of coffee, read a book, or do some light exercise. These activities set a positive tone for the day and keep my mind clear. Another thing that has helped me is I recently started planning my week in advance. This way I know what I have to do in the coming week. Writing down tasks and goals helped me focus. It made me feel productive and kept me on track. It's like giving yourself a roadmap for the day. Then comes practicing mindfulness or meditation for a few minutes each morning. When I started doing this, I came to know how beneficial it is. You see, meditation helps you stay calm and focused. Just a few deep breaths can make a big difference. And recently, there's this technique of taking 2 sharp inhales and then a long exhale. This helps you calm down that anxiety and helps you focus more. Just as avoiding social media in the morning is important, avoiding social media before sleep is equally important. The blue light from screens can mess with your sleep cycle. It can keep you awake longer and make it harder to get a good night's sleep. Instead, try reading a book or listening to calming music. Here's a simple nighttime routine that worked for me. About an hour before bed, I start winding down. I put away my phone and any other screens. This helps my brain recognize that it's time to sleep. I engage in relaxing activities. Reading a book, taking a warm bath, or writing in a journal helps me relax and prepare for sleep. Going to bed and waking up at the same time every day helps regulate your body's internal clock. It makes falling asleep and waking up easier. The concept of delayed gratification. A transformative concept that helped me break my scrolling addiction is delayed gratification. Do you know what that means? Well, delayed gratification involves resisting the temptation of an immediate reward in anticipation of a greater reward later. This ability to delay gratification is linked to numerous positive outcomes, including success, physical health, psychological well-being, and social competence. However, many people think about delayed gratification in the wrong way, viewing it as a chore. Instead, it's essential to reframe the question from, "What do I have to give up?" to "What can I still get?" For example, you might delay the fun of scrolling to go to the gym, but you can still enjoy working out with friends. By creatively making delayed gratification enjoyable, you can appreciate the superior gratification that comes from achieving long-term goals compared to the fleeting pleasure of scrolling. Take control of your screen time. Another simple but very effective way to manage your screen time is by setting limits on your phone. This strategy has worked wonders for me, and it might do the same for you. If you have an iPhone, there's a built-in option to set screen limits. For other phones, there are various apps available to help control your screen time. Start by setting daily limits for your most used apps. On an iPhone, you can find this option in the settings under Screen Time. Here, you can set a daily limit for each app or category of apps. This helps you stay aware of how much time you're spending on each app and encourages you to use your time more wisely. If your phone doesn't have built-in screen time controls, there are plenty of apps that can help. Apps like Moment, Rescue Time, and Stay Free allow you to monitor and manage your screen time. These apps can track how much time you spend on your phone, set daily limits, and even block certain apps after you've reached your limit. Once you have your screen limits set, it's important to create a balanced routine. Plan activities that don't involve screens, such as reading a book, going for a walk, or spending time with family and friends. This helps you make the most of your time and reduces the temptation to pick up your phone. Use your screen time wisely by prioritizing important tasks. Instead of scrolling through social media, focus on tasks that need your attention. This could be work-related tasks, learning a new skill, or engaging in a hobby. By prioritizing your time, you'll feel more productive and less stressed. Also, taking regular breaks from screens is essential. Follow the 20-20-20 rule. Every 20 minutes, take a 20-second break and look at something 20 feet away. This helps reduce eye strain and keeps you feeling refreshed. Incorporate these breaks into your daily routine to maintain a healthy balance. Another thing you can do is to share your screen time goals with a friend or family member. Having someone to hold you accountable can be a great motivator. You can check in with each other, share your progress, and encourage one another to stick to your limits. At the end of each week, take a moment to reflect on your progress. Look at how much time you've saved and what you've achieved. This reflection helps reinforce the positive changes you've made and motivates you to keep going. Remember, small changes can lead to big improvements in your overall well-being. Give it a try and see how much better you feel. Supporting your future self. Another strategy is to start doing favors for your future self, much like you would for a friend. For instance, if you're tired and tempted to stay up late scrolling, turn off your phone and go to sleep instead, thinking of the benefits for your future self. When you wake up, avoid grabbing your phone immediately and choose to read or engage in another productive activity. These small acts of self-discipline build momentum and help you break the habit of mindless scrolling. Meditation is another powerful tool for overcoming scrolling addiction. It helps to rebuild the focus and attention span that excessive scrolling destroys. Most short videos we scroll through last around 10 seconds, constantly introducing new contexts and thoughts. This rapid shift in focus shortens our attention spans and makes it challenging to concentrate on any single task for long. Meditation counteracts this by training the mind to maintain focus on one thought, improving overall concentration. When scrolling, it's beneficial to question the value of the content you're consuming. Ask yourself why you care about a particular video and what you're learning from it. When you critically evaluate the content, you'll realize how trivial much of it is, making it easier to cut down on screen time. Finding new hobbies. To reduce screen time, it's important to find new hobbies that occupy your mind and prevent boredom. Reading, exercising, or engaging in creative activities can serve as healthier alternatives to scrolling. Boredom often drives the urge to pick up your phone, so finding meaningful ways to fill your time is essential. Setting non-negotiable rules for yourself can significantly reduce screen time. For example, avoid scrolling in bed before sleep, refrain from using your phone before starting work, and don't bring your phone to the toilet. These rules create boundaries that help you regain control over your screen time and restore your desire to tackle challenging tasks. Applying these concepts transformed my life. Once I broke my scrolling addiction, I began to actually see my life evolve. I started going to the gym consistently without much struggle, as my dopamine levels were no longer overloaded by constant scrolling. I found joy in being productive, and the satisfaction from completing hard tasks became far more rewarding than the temporary pleasure of scrolling. The goals that once were just goals started to become a reality, and that's what led me to create this channel to help others. After all, it's us who have to ascend together. Breaking the habit of mindless scrolling is essential for achieving your goals and leading a more fulfilling life. At the end of the day, you need to remember that the sacrifices you make now for future success will be met with gratitude from your future self. Don't look back with regret. Instead, embrace the opportunity for growth and achievement through hard work and dedication. Do you find yourself losing track of time while scrolling through social media? What strategies have you tried to limit your screen time? Comment down below with your experiences and tips. And if you think someone else could benefit from this, share this video with them. Let's help each other break the scrolling cycle. And I'll see you in our next video.